Hello everybody, this is Kevin with Kevin's Card Collecting, and today I'm doing something that I have not done in quite a long time. I'm doing a pre-recorded uploaded video, and the reason being is I've got a few more bags of these Goodwill cards that have several hundreds of cards in there, and I realize that they are not the most exciting product to watch on a live stream. So I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and open up these on a pre-recorded video. You can watch at your leisure or not at all, totally up to you, but I want to open them and document the opening for posterity. So I'm going to go ahead and rip into this on this video. Please feel free to watch the duration, but if you don't, I understand. I'm going to go through at least one of these bags. If I've got time and the desire, I may do a second bag. So with that, I'm going to open up this. This is a bag that I got at the Goodwill store for $4.99. $5 for approximately 400 to 500 cards in there, I'm guessing. And in the past, opening these bags, I've come up with a lot of Hall of Famers and some good cards. So I'm hoping the streak continues. There's a possibility we may end up with some other sports. As you can tell, it does have baseball in it for sure, but there's always a chance we could get some basketball, football, or even hockey, which we've gotten in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it now and see if we can pull anything good. Like I said, so far I've had a lot of luck with Hall of Fame cards. So hopefully that streak will continue here. So let's see what we can get. Looks like we've got a few different varieties of cards based on the color of the borders in here. But so here we're starting out with, it looks like the majority of this is going to be 92 tops. So let's just start ripping here, see what we get. We've got a Jaime Navarro with the Brewers. Doc Gooden, that's a good one with the Mets. Dave Johnson with the Orioles. Julio Franco. Luis Salazar. Tino Martinez of the Mariners. Shout out to Donald Blomdahl. Here's a top prospect card. I don't recognize any of those names, unfortunately. Armando Reynoso with the Braves. Lee Smith, there we go, Hall of Famer. That's our first Hall of Famer. We got Fred McGriff with the Padres. Chris Hammond with the Reds. Mike Flanagan with the Orioles. Bobby Rose. John Olerud. Very nice card. I think I'll set that aside for somebody in particular. Billy Spears. Willie Banks. John Smoltz. There we go. Hall of Famer. John Smoltz. Steve Wilson. Oral Hershiser. That's a good card. I'll set that one aside. We got Trevor Miller. Never heard of him. Darren Lewis. Kenny Lofton. There we go. Kenny Lofton. Former U of A, University of Arizona Wildcat. So I will sleeve him up since I am from Arizona. Mike Bilecki. Joe Oliver. Tom Browning. Lee Stevens. Stan Belinda. Craig Biggio, there we go, very nice, Hall of Famer. Kurt Wilkerson. Terry Schumpert. Frank Tanana. And like I said, these all came from the local Goodwill store. And I'm not exactly sure how they acquired them. I'm sure somebody donated their collection to them. But nonetheless, they gave everything they had, including their good cards as well. So we're the beneficiary of that. Shane Mack. Phil Garner. Jack McDowell. Darren Jackson. Brian Harvey. Tony Gwynn. There we go. I got to ring the bell for that one. Tony Gwynn is my all-time favorite player. I PC him. I have met him several times in the past. Love me some Gwynn. So that's fantastic to get that one. I believe that's the first 92 tops Gwynn that I've gotten, so that's good. Nelson Santavena. Greg Olson. Brian Harvey. Will the Thrill Clark. I'll set that one aside. Tom Gordon. Greg Caderet. Gary Carter. Shout out to Steve from Carter's Kids. I think he knows where this card's going. Eddie Whitson. Al Osuna. George Bell. Wally Backman. Jeff Innes. John Vander Waal. Oh, another Craig Biggio. I've not seen this variation of it. It says All-Star National League card. So another Hall of Famer there. That's good. Roberto Hernandez. Ron Gant. Andy Mota. Scott Lewis. Howard Johnson. Mike Gardner. Cliff Brantley. Alonzo Powell. Greg Harris. Lee Gutterman. Jim Abbott. He makes for a great story if you guys don't know about him. He's only got one arm. He doesn't have a hand on his right. And just amazing that he got as far as he did with that handicap. Kirk McCaskill. Cheeto Martinez. Vince Coleman. Tom Bolton. Not the musician. Mike Henneman. Mike Huff. Ken Caminetti. Wes Chamberlain. David Howard. Doug Henry. Scott Aldred. Mitch Williams. Todd Hundley. Javier Ortiz. Wayne Housey, or Housey, I'm not sure. Paul Sorrento. Jimmy Jones. Bob Ojeda. And Steve Bichelle. So that's our first little stack there. Not bad. I mean, considering I would say that Tony Gwynn was worth the whole price of this entire bag, personally. All right, so let's pull out this next batch. Oh, we're going to have some Upper Deck, it looks like. Something a little bit different. Let's try to figure out the front and back to this pile. All right, so here's something I've not seen in it's been a few videos since we've done some Upper Deck 92. Here we go. Got Scott Sanderson, Wally Whitehurst, another Wally Whitehurst, Donnie Hill, Greg Caderet, another Greg Caderet. Looks like they're all going to be doubles, so Gary Templeton. So the next one's going to be who? That's right, Gary Templeton. Mitch Williams, followed by a Mitch Williams. Mike Timlin, followed by Mike Timlin. They're all doubles. How about that? Randy Reddy, Greg Myers, Eric Yielding. Oh, there's just a single on him. Jimmy Jones, Mookie Wilson, Scott Bradley, Jeff Treadway, Pete O'Brien, Casey Candiele, I think that's how you say it, Alvin Davis, Tom Pagnozzi, Dante Bichette, very nice, Kevin Moss, Lee Smith, there's another Hall of Famer. Ooh, double on the Hall of Famers. And John Olerud, a couple of him, that's cool. Okay, we've got Darryl Kyle, another Darryl Kyle that's upside down, Rick Wilkins, Luis Gonzalez. I got to give the bell ring for that. Of course, you all know I'm a D-backs fan, and Luis Gonzalez is known as Gonzo in Arizona. So definitely got to set that one aside. All right, we got Todd Stottlemyre, Jeff Blauser, Brett Barbary, Kevin McReynolds, Brian Barnes, Jim Gantner, Joey Cora, Steve Sachs, Pedro Guerrero, Don Mattingly. That's, you know what? I'm just going to give a ring for that one. I'm going to give a shout out to Fitzy123, our local resident in the community Mattingly fan. That's very nice. I'll set that one aside. Ramon Martinez, Ron Gant, Fred McGriff, Wally Joyner, Tom Glavine, another Hall of Famer. See, these packs are chock full of Hall of Famers, so very, very cool. Glenn Braggs, Jerry Brown, Mike Henneman, Sam Horn, Trevor Wilson, Jose Canseco with the triple image photo. That's cool. Awesome. Dan Gladden, Dennis Eckersley, Mike Maddox, Kurt Stillwell, Darren Jackson with the Padres, Kevin Seitzer with the Royals. All right, now we got Upper Deck 90s here. So we got a Mickey Sasser, Kevin Ritz, rookie card, Sammy Sosa rookie card. There we go. Some people call him Sammy Sosa. Greg Olson, and John Kruk. John Kruk, formerly of the Padres. There he is with the Phillies. So that was a pretty good stack as well. All right. Next bundle here. Let's see what we got. Okay, it's going to be... All right, some more different variety in here, which is good. All right, so we got some Donruss 92. We got Doug Drabeck, Matt Murillo, John Brigette, Tom Gordon, and now we got some Leaf cards. Leaf, what year is this? Leaf 80, no, 90. Leaf 90. Terry Steinbach, Ed Whitson, Alvaro Espinoza, Scott Terry, Kent Urbeck, Bill Landrum, Dan Plesac, Jeff Parrott, Frank White. Sorry, got excited there. Checklist. Kevin McReynolds, Matt Noakes. Gotta love Matt Noakes. Spike Owens, Joey Bell, Kirk Gibson. Very nice. Terry Mulholland, Randy Bush. Okay, now we're back in, I didn't even notice, we're back in Upper Deck 90 again. So Eric Yielding, Joe Bover, a checklist card. Don Paul, Chuck Krim, Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer. There you go. Storm Davis, Derek Lilliquist, Mark Williamson, Pete O'Brien, Tim Cruz, Mike Kruko. Looks like we got some more Donruss coming up here. We got Francisco Cabrera, Rob Nilsson, and then back to the Donruss, we got Bill Landrum, Jimmy Jones, Thomas Howard, Larry Walker. There we go. I haven't pulled many Larry Walkers, but that's cool to see one of those. Mike Flanagan and Dave Righetti. So that puts us just about halfway through this pack. Looking good so far. And let's see. It looks like we're going to have some Fleer here in a second. Let's turn these around. All right, let's get these Donruss out of the way first. We got Brian Downing, Alex Cole, and Will the Thrill Clark. There you go, another Will Clark card. Okay, then we've got our Fleer 92s here. We got Dave Righetti, Robbie Thompson, Jose Uribe, Matt Williams. I like him, obviously, former Diamondback player. Okay, here's some prospect cards. Let's see if we know any of them. Tom Goodwin, couple Tom Goodwins. Terry Bross. Is there going to be a duplicate of him too? Sure enough. And then we've got Mike Christopher. He's got two first names. Willie Banks. Henry Rodriguez. Cliff Brantley. Mike Linsky. Double Mike Linsky. We've got a couple Gary Desarcinas. Say that 3 times fast. Gil Heredia, Vinny Castilla, Jarvis Brown, Wayne Kirby, Joel Johnston, Tim Spear, Jeff Gardner, another Jeff Gardner, Rico Rossi, a couple of them, Roberto Hernandez, Ted Wood, record setters Dennis Martinez, sorry. Wilson Alvarez, couple of him. Joe Carter, there we go. Very nice. Dave Winfield, couple of his, very nice. David Cones. Howard Johnson. Julio Franco. Scott Erickson. Tom Glavine, there we go. And Elise Smith, back-to-back Hall of Famers. Here, that deserves a bell just because there's 2 of them. Back-to-back. Very nice. Then here we got a dual card. We got, Roberto and Sandy Alomar. Super Siblings. I'll set that one aside. I do, well, 1, Roberto was a Hall of Famer, and 2, I PC him. So here we got Bobby Bonilla and Will Clark. I've always wondered about these cards. How do you sort them? Do you sort them by the team? Because there's 2 different teams. Sort them by the player. Which player do you go with? Kind of Kind of frustrating when they do that. But here, like, here's a triple, but they're all Braves. So you can obviously put this in the Braves pack. Or stack. If they're worth keeping. Harold Baines and Wade Boggs. There we go, Wade Boggs. And a checklist. Not too shabby. Alrighty, let's see what the next stack brings us. Alright, so we're back to Upper Deck again. Another John Kruk. Set my piles aside here. Okay, Jim Abbott, there we go. 2 Jim Abbotts. Kelly Gruber, we got 2 of them as well. 2 Andy Bennis. John Smoltz, B2. B2. Yes, we got 2 John Smoltz, Hall of Famers. Awesome. Jeff Robinson, got 2 of them. No, just 1. Mark Leader. Todd Froworth. Bill Gullickson. David Segi. Scott Brosius. Terry Leach. Luis Rivera. Brett Butler. Greg Harris. Mark Langston. Mike Heath. Junior Felix. Kevin Seitzer. Ooh, Dave Justice. Shout out to Truth Be Told. He's our in-house. Oh, we got 2 of them. 2 Dave Justice. Shout out to Truth Be Told. He's our Dave Justice fan. And Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. That's a cool looking picture. Got dynamite in the bag. Pretty cool. All right, then we got Upper Deck 90 again. We got Rick Honeycutt, Bobby Witt, Rob Deere, John Franco, Jim Traber, Mike Davis, Charles Hudson, Matt Williams, there we go. Set him aside. Ernie Riles. Checklist. So now we're back in the Fleer 90. Are these all? Look at all these checklists. My word. All Fleer 92 checklists. There's at least, let's see, 3, 5, 8 of them. My goodness. 8 checklists. Oh, and there's another one right there on the top of that stack. Here, I'll just add that to that pile there. Whew, that's a lot of checklists. All right, let's see. We got about maybe 2 more stacks we're going to go through here. And wouldn't you know it, okay, we're going to be in Upper Deck 92 here, but we're starting off with a checklist. Jeff Reed, Jeff Innes, Jim DeShays, Jack Armstrong, Robbie Thompson, Bobby Thigpen, Cal Daniels, Jose Oquendo, Alfredo Griffin, Dan Pasqua, Bill Doran, Ken Caminetti, Randy Myers, Frank Viola, Jeff Bagwell, there we go, Hall of Famer, Mike Greenwell, Felix Jose, Robin Ventura, Ray Langford, Oral Hershiser, that grin. That's probably the 3rd one of these cards I've pulled in my Goodwill packs that I've opened up. Todd Hundley, Al Osuna, Jose Rijo, Andujar Cedeno, Billy Ripken, look at that, taking on the role as a photographer. Ooh, Larry Walker, another Hall of Famer. That's my 2nd Larry Walker I've pulled. Dwight Evans, Neon Deion Sanders, there we go. Pretty cool. Lenny Dykstra, Ivan Rodriguez, Chuck Finley, Willie Wilson, 2 Willie Wilson. Sorry, we're back to duplicates, it looks like. Danny Tartable, yep, 2 of them. Let's see, 2 George Bells, yep. A couple Mark Lewises. Gary Sheffield as a single. And then we got Greg Olson, single. Ivan Calderon. Bobby Bonilla. Joe Carter. Dave Winfield. Doug Drabeck. Chuck McElroy. Luis Aquino, I guess. Mike Harkey. Gary Varsho. David Howard. Steve Olin. Jose Lind. Jose Guzman. Pat Tabler. Stan Belinda. Kevin Reamer. Checklist. Joel Skinner. Roy Robinson. Alex Cole. Jeff Huson. Juan Samuel. Lance Johnson. Gene Larkin, Scott Fletcher, Brady Anderson. Okay, 2 Brady Andersons, couple Tony Phillips. Yep. Couple Chris Hoyles. A couple Dave Valles, Randy Milligan, single, Kirk Gibson, Gary Pettis, Charles Nagy, couple Charles Nagy's, Ozzie Smith. There we go. That's a nice double right there. That's a nice double. Ruben Sierra, Will Clark getting the face paint, Darryl Strawberry, Delino DeShields, Cal Ripken Jr. Shout out to Don Blomdahl. Oh, here's a shout out to me, guys. Don't mind if I do. Randy Johnson. I don't know if I've got that card. It doesn't look familiar. That's pretty cool. Ben McDonald. Craig Biggio. There we go. Another Hall of Famer. Leo Gomez. Felix Fermin. Kevin Apier. Harold Baines, Luis Polonia, Scott Erickson, Ryan Sandberg, there we go, and a Barry Larkin right behind it, and a Mark Grace, not a Hall of Famer, but a guy I like to PC and collect. He's a former D-back. Rob Dibble, Bip Roberts, Albert Bell, Dave Steeb, Dwight Gooden, Barry Bonds, there we go. It's a nice card. Greg Jeffries, Andy Van Slyke, Vince Coleman, 2 Vince Colemans, and a Rick Aguilera. And our last deck. And I keep bumping the camera, I apologize. Alright, let's get this pile moved out of the way. All right, here we go. Last pack. Let's get some more Hall of Famers. Terry Mulholland, Kirk McCaskill, Dale Murphy, possible future Hall of Famer there. Chili Davis, Hal Morris, B.J. Surhoff, Alvaro Espinosa, Manuel Lee, Jim Laritz, David Wells, Jay Bell, former Diamondback, Huey Brooks, Danny Jackson, Ed Whitson with the Padres, Hector Villanueva, Joe Oliver. And we got Brewers. Who's that? Does it say Greg Vaughn with the Brewers? And another, we're going to have a bunch of these types of cards. Cecil Fielder with the Tigers. Another Cecil Fielder. Then we got Cleveland Indians. We've got Greg Swindell. A couple of him. Who we got with the Red Sox? Ellis Burks, a couple of them. Orioles, we've got Ben McDonald. That really doesn't look anything like him. It's got to be Nolan Ryan with the Rangers. Yep, Nolan Ryan. And the Mariners is going to be Edgar Martinez, Hall of Famer. There we go. In fact, I'm going to set the Nolan Ryan cards in the Hall of Fame pile. Is that Ricky? It is. 2 Ricky Hendersons with the A's. This is interesting. A lot of team cards here. Got an Erickson with the Twins. Scott Erickson. Who's that? Danny Tartable with the Royals. Here's a duel. We got Keith. Explain that one to me. Keith and Kevin. How can they both be wearing batting helmets and be on different teams? I think it's some sort of family relation. Yes, they're cousins. Kevin and Keith Mitchell. All right, that explains it. So it's like a Photoshop thing. Kevin and Keith Mitchell. Then we got Pedro and Ramon. I need a last name here. Martinez. Should have known it. All right. We got Jim Abbott. Very, very cool. Very cool story. Some sort of be cool, stay in school card. And we'll set those aside. Those are worth holding on to. Carlos Rodriguez, a couple of them. Bob Wickman, a couple of them. David McCarthy. These are, I was going to say they all look like kids, but these are top prospects of 92. So these are like rookies. Rico Brogna, a couple of him. Joe Vitiello. Not sure why that name sounds familiar, but it does. Manny Ramirez. There we go. And a prospect card nonetheless. I'll set that one aside for sure. Steve Hosey. Rondell White. A couple of him. Raul Mondesi. 2 of him. Ryan Hoblitzel. A couple of him. Dimitri Young for the Cardinals. A couple of those. Dave Nilsson with the Brewers. Mark Wallers with the Braves. Sean Green with the Blue Jays. David Zancanero. And a Ced Landrum. These are our regular players again. Francisco Oliveira, Steve Farr, Mark Lemke, Chris Donalds, Doug Henry, 2 Doug Henrys, Jimmy Hernandez ×2. Another team card. You got Todd Zeal with the Cardinals. And who's on the Pirates? It's going to be Doug Drabeck. And the Phillies is going to be who? John Kruk. That doesn't look very much like him. Okay, we got the Mets. I'm going to guess Howard Johnson on that one. That was kind of a dead giveaway there. And with the Expos, it's going to be Delino DeShields. And with the Cubs, we're going to have Sean Dunston. With the Giants, we're going to have Willie McGee. A couple Padres, Fred McGriff. A couple, just one Dodger. Eddie Murray, Hall of Famer. Set that one aside. Is that going to be Biggio, maybe, with the Astros? Yep, Craig Biggio. Then we got the Reds. Who's that going to be? Rob Dibble. And then back to some rookie cards. We got Derek Bell. Kenny Lofton, very nice. I'll set that one aside. Ryan Klesko. Pedro Martinez. Wilfredo Cordero. Roger Salkeld. Willie Banks. Patrick Lennon. Ted Wood. Donald Harris. Rob Moore. Chris George. And our last card is a Kyle Abbott. Kyle Abbott. Not too shabby. So there you go. 27 minutes of card openings. And let me just show you guys how many hits we got. These are all the Hall of Famers and or good cards that we pulled. Look at that stack. Those are all hits right there. So you figure even those are 50 cents a piece, you're looking at 20 bucks right there at 50 cents. And these are for good players. So more than made up for our $5 buy-in on this bag. I won't do another one tonight. It looks like it's taking approximately 30 minutes per bag, so we're going to leave it at that. But I want to thank you for joining me. That was a lot of fun. Got some good hits, good cards, and just good fun. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for joining along. Today I'm filming this on Monday evening. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We'll be doing it Tuesday, Take It Back Tuesday in the afternoon. So check in for a notification. I should be going live in the early to late afternoon on the West Coast. So I will leave you all with that. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys. God bless every one of you. Take care. Goodbye.